Welcome to From the Shop at Manifest Comics in Bayonne, New Jersey. I'm Sam.
And I'm Isaac.
And this is for the week of May 27th, the last week of May. And we got some Battle World books, and we got some other books, and why don't you start us off?
Okay, I'm going to start off with, this is Fight Club 2. This is by the author of the original Fight Club book, and art by Cameron Stewart. And it's good. I've never read the Fight Club 1 book. I've just seen the movie, so I really have no. All my knowledge comes from the movie. But this is good. It was a good sequel. It continues the story of the characters, like from where the movie left off. With him, he's now like taking drugs to manage his multiple personalities and everything. He's married to the woman from the movie, and they have a kid, and he continues from there. And I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I liked it. I mean, I also haven't never read the book, so I don't know how different it is. But I mean, if you've just seen the movie, I mean, it's a pretty good continuation. If you're a fan of the movie, I would say definitely check it out. And if you're a fan of the book, it's the writer of the book is doing this, so it's not like somebody else is trying to do their spin on the character. I believe like this has to be like the voice he used when he was writing the book. So I mean, it feels like a natural thing that you should like pick up if you're a fan of the first book.
It's also got a really cool David Mack cover.
No, it's really nice. But yeah, no, I mean, Fight Club's a great movie. This is, I mean, I don't know if Fight Club needed a sequel. It's one of those type things, but I mean, the writer did it, so it's his idea. So you gotta just, give him like at least benefit of the doubt that he's telling a story that he wants to. Yeah. And I liked it.
I would give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Yeah,
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
It's anybody who's like a fan of either the movie or the book, just give it a shot. Check it out. It's cool. Character's cool. My turn. Convergence number 8. I was gonna say 6. 8. This
it feels like 12.
It feels like 30. This is the last one. It's by Jeff King and Scott Lobdell, and a lot of different artists. And you know what? It did what it was gonna do. Yeah. That's it. Convergence did what it set out to do. I have no doubt in my mind that this is exactly what they wanted it to do. They have some good moments for some characters. They do one bit of like pretty huge like retconning in like the I was like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but like with like they undo. Get it?
I do.
They sent them all back with
Okay, that's.
And they don't even show it. So they do this massive bit of retconning.
See, then that should have been the whole story. Yeah. That should have been the whole event. That should have been the whole event. That would have been an event.
I agree. But they take this like giant idea, they put it at the end, they don't show it, and it's just like, why?
And they do a hell of a lot to squeeze in everything. Yeah. Grant Morrison's Multiversity, they squeeze that in there. They do, everything they can just to squeeze everything in.
Brainiac's story, they give Brainiac's origin also in the last part of this. This Brainiac, why he's like this. And it's just like, you're throwing all these ideas, which are kind of cool. He was like, he fell out in Flashpoint, and then he went through.
But you're saving it for the last issue.
You saved everything for the last issue. You don't show most of it, and then you just, there was no point for these like heroes fighting. That could have been maybe 2 issues.
Or that should have been the tie-ins, and this should have been the main story.
So it set out what it intended to do, but somebody should have been thinking about this. Just because you're moving to another side of the country doesn't mean you have to just like take a fucking vacation and hire an idiot to like oversee the event. And no offense if you're the idiot who's running the event and watching this, but you're an idiot. You should have like had a better handle on this. If you have this cool idea at the end, which now I'm thinking about the cool idea, I'm like, why did they do this? If you have this cool idea at the end and you don't like think to yourself, hey, maybe that should be the thing. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? But you work at DC, so yeah, that works. But now DC is free; it's open, like they said.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want,
and I hope they do. I hope somebody says, you know what, I'm going to do a book that's set in the pre-Flashpoint universe, and I'm just going to do it. And I hope DC's like, yes, that's what we want. And because it's just, it opens up like doors that I like. I hope they open them and they don't just say fuck it. Yeah. Because DC has a way of doing that. They set up the New 52. Before the New 52, they set up the 52 multiverse, and they just didn't touch them for the most part. Some of them they did, but they didn't. Yeah. And they just like leave this idea out there. So you have an idea here, you can just do it, and it's not gonna. And like Earth 2 is Earth 2. That was pointless, but it's DC. It's not. It wasn't a terrible event throughout. It was good enough, but I feel like they should be doing like trying to do good enough at this point.
It wasn't bad.
I would give it 6 out of 10 Lugos.
And with Tony's extra 2 points,
I'm not giving Tony's extra 2 points. I'll give it 4. So Tony gives it an extra 2. It's 6. And like the whole event, I would say also I'd give it like a 5. you know,
Yeah.
maybe 6.
It had some good moments.
Some of the times were good, some of the times were terrible.
Yeah.
Some of this book was bad, some of it was good. And it's just, you know, it is what it is, and now it's over.
Yeah, it's like
and now we can get to Dark Side War.
Yes.
Which is what I'm looking forward to.
But I think you're right. Some of that should have been the main focus.
Yeah.
What could have been.
Yeah. But now we're back to Marvel.
Yes.
And we're Marvel guys.
This is
my favorite. I'm going to preface your review by saying this is my favorite of the Battle World books so far. So just go.
Okay, very well. This is Old Man Logan, #1. This is by Brian Michael Bendis and Andrea Sorrentino. First of all, let's just start off with the art. The art is beautiful. Andrea Sorrentino, I mean, look at that.
I looked at it. I read it.
Yeah, no, it's just beautiful stuff. Beautiful over beautiful.
Yeah.
More beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's a lot of beautiful stuff.
He's a great artist.
And Bendis does so much better in here than I think he's done with the regular X-Men books. Because it's a focus on one character, and he has a really good handle on Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
Since the only person who has written Old Man Logan is Mark Millar and no one else has touched it, I mean, he has a really good handle on this character. Yeah. And he does one thing in one moment in this book, introducing a character from the future, that just made my day. I won't spoil it who it is, but it just really made my day to have him touch on that character. Yeah. And it's just really good.
It's great.
And it fits into Battle World. Yeah. And unlike Ultimate End, which he also wrote, this one...
Ultimate End might fit in. It just doesn't seem like it does.
It just doesn't seem like it
makes you have to do mental gymnastics.
But this one doesn't make you do mental gymnastics. This one fits right in.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. Good. I think one of the most amazing parts is it fits in like really well. You don't have to like think too hard to get like to make it work for yourself. But it's just even beyond like Battle World and Secret Wars. This is a great sequel to Old Man Logan. I mean, you could just read it as that, and it's still just as good, or you know, maybe even better. And the art's on par with McNiven, who did a great job on Old Man Logan. The writing's on par with Millar, if not better in some parts. I think Bendis has softer hands sometimes than Mark Millar, who just goes for the extreme. But Bendis still taps into some of that. And I thought it was great. I thought it was the best Battle World book so far. I said it. What would you give it?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I would probably give it 9 out of 10 Lugos.
9 out of 10 Lugos?
I think so. I
might have given it 10, but he gave it 9.
I'm not sure if it was my favorite, but it was a very good one.
Cool. Last main book of the week is Infinity Gauntlet by Dustin Weaver and Jerry Dugan. They put Dustin Weaver's name on top.
He co-plots it.
Okay.
That's why I think.
It's good. It's good. I thought it was going to be better. I'm a huge fan of the original Infinity Gauntlet. I'm a huge fan of Jerry Dugan. But, you know, it didn't meet my expectations the way Old Man Logan surpassed them.
Yeah.
But it's still a really good book, and I want to see what they're going to go with it. Because for all I know, this is the Infinity Gauntlet of the new Marvel Universe going forward, and which is going to be a major thing because of the movies coming out. And Thanos is in it. It's no big. He's on the cover. It's not a spoiler. And I like the idea of the series more than I like the first issue. But I'm looking forward to seeing more of it.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. When I first saw the announcement and saw the creative team on this, I really thought this was going to be one of my favorite Battle World books right out of the gate. Yeah. But already, I liked Old Man Logan better. I think, A-Force better. Yeah. Planet Hulk even better. So it definitely didn't meet my expectations, where I guess maybe they were a little too high. But and with this one, it feels like the meat. Yeah, no, the art is really nice. I like Dustin Weaver. But it feels like the meat of the story didn't happen until like the very, very end. Yeah. I feel like they could have gone to that a little faster.
Yeah. I think they were a little slow to introduce you to the world. They wanted to slowly introduce you. It wasn't 100% effective, but it was still good.
And this one, unlike like Old Man Logan, not as it fits in with Battle World.
It doesn't not.
It doesn't
reference it at all.
But it's not necessary. You don't need it to be part of Battle World to exist. It could exist on its own.
It's an alternate universe, so it has to be something.
But it could just be that. It could just be an alternate universe without being on Battle World.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it is.
Yeah.
So we'll deal with that. But yeah, I liked it. I would probably give it. You gave
9.
You gave that 9. You gave Fight Club a 7. Then I'm gonna give this an 8, just because I want it to be a little bit better than Fight Club, but not like more better than No Man Logan. Finally, we have another free previews for Secret Wars.
These are June books.
Free. This is the June books that are coming out. You go to a comic shop, you pick up some of these great books, you get a book for free. And there's a lot of previews in here.
Yeah, no, it's a big book. It's a big book of previews.
I mean, like, we're going to just run them down?
Yeah, sure.
Thor's #1 by Jason Aaron and Spruce. I've been seeing this preview before.
Yeah, no. These are all new previews as far as I know.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It's about the Thors that if you've been following Secret Wars, you know that.
It's like a comic book.
Yeah, it's procedural.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's probably more than that. But I mean, I think it's really good. The main character's Ultimate Thor, and they make fun of that. They call him the Ultimate Thor. And so I thought that was funny. So this is like one that I'm like, I'm looking forward to more. Ghost Racers by Smith and Gideon. I don't know who Smith is.
It was the writer of the Ghost Rider series. The
was it?
Ghost Rider series, yeah.
And I mean, what do you think?
I'm not interested. And unless it blows me away, like if I read a preview and it's really, really good, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that one too much either. But I mean, you can't have all bangers.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Age of Ultron vs. Marvel Zombies. What do you think?
Is this James Robinson?
James Robinson, Steve Pugh.
That name scares me. That name scares me. But I said the same thing about Sam Humphries with Planet Hulk, and I love Planet Hulk, so maybe this will blow me away too.
I'm kind of intrigued. Just, I don't know why. I think maybe the Ultron movie got me into like the mood to read Ultron, and the fact that a lot of the Battle War books have been really good. I think that interests me. And zombies are always fun, as long as they don't overdo it. Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde. Humphries is like...
I don't know. He knocked it out of the park with Planet Hulk.
Did you read this preview?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, he did do Planet Hulk.
Yeah, he did.
You know, one of the things, he did Star-Lord. One of the things that interests me about this book is that Star-Lord was one of the characters that was like taken up in the ship with the heroes in Secret Wars. We haven't seen what happens to them. But there's something in this that makes me believe that maybe they're already in the battle world and they're hiding out from Doom, but Doom's looking for them.
Okay.
So like that makes it interesting to me. There's also, they make a different version of a character that I'm a fan of, so like I'm kind of interested, but I don't know if I should be.
He knocked it out of the park with Planet Hulk, so maybe who knows. This looks really good.
Guardians of Nowhere looks really good. It's Bendis and Mike Diodato.
That one I read. I read that.
That looks really good. I can't really say, there's nothing more to say about that. Civil War, it's different than I thought it was going to be. I've never seen a preview for it, but I mean, it's Linnell Francis Yu, which art's really good. And Charles Soule's on writing, and sometimes he's good.
No, sometimes he's really good. He can be really good
more than he's not. But it's basically like their realm of battle world is split in two. It's the East and the West.
It never ended.
It's the Iron and the Blue. It's Cap and Iron Man.
And they never ended.
And they basically just have their own rules. Iron Man, you have to register, you have to train, you have to do this. Cap, don't hurt anybody, protect people, and you'll be good. Or else send the Punishers after you, which is a pretty cool idea. Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows by Dan Slott and Adam Kubert. I mean, it looks cool. I like to see Peter Parker married again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would. I missed that.
Yeah.
Didn't think that was necessary to take away.
Yeah.
But I'm also sort of like done with Dan Slott being on Spider-Man. I think he could.
I think he should move on and make this his swan song. If this is going to be the Peter Parker going forward, I kind of hope it is.
Yeah.
And let him be a semi-retired Spider-Man and Miles Morales be the main Spider-Man.
And he could have Miles Morales could have a little sidekick.
Yeah. Yeah. His daughter. And I like the art because I didn't mind it by Adam Kubert, but then I went over to talk to Mike, and Mike was like, it looks rushed. And now that I'm looking at it, it does kind of look rushed, like this picture of the baby, this face.
It might be better once it's colored.
Yeah. And this face looks completely different from this face, even though it's the same person, and this face doesn't look like a face. So now Mike poisoned me against the art, so. I'm still looking forward to it. Future Imperfect by Peter David and Greg Land. What do you think of that?
I love.
Did you read this?
Yeah, that one I read. Greg Land wouldn't have been my choice of artist for that series, but it's really cool. And I like the original two-parter Peter David did with George Perez. Yeah, is one of my favorite Peter David things.
It's classic. It's one of the best Hulk things.
So I really hope this is. I wasn't a big fan of Peter David's last X Factor book.
No.
So I'm hoping this is a return to
I think it is. I think it is. 2099 book has been pretty good.
Yeah.
And Maestro is a character that he created, and I think and he's going. They might be keeping him going forward. Is one of the things they were saying.
That's really cool.
So,
I don't want to necessarily lose Doc Green or whatever.
Me neither. I don't want to lose.
Yeah. But I wouldn't mind having an evil Hulk and a good Hulk be in the same universe.
So I'm looking forward to that one. Little Marvel AVX.
This is gonna be adorable.
It's gonna be
nothing else.
It's gonna
nothing
be
else. It's gonna be adorable.
It doesn't. It's not necessary. I don't think. I mean, it's like there's a battle world. There's a realm in battle world where there's kid versions of the heroes, and everybody just kind of overlooks it, I guess. Because there's no way an adult hero from one of the other realms.
They did an AVX special.
Yeah, and it was adorable.
And it was amazing.
It was
cute and it was funny.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna look great. It's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be fun. Yeah. That's it. XMen 92 is gonna be a digital first book, and then they make it into print. You know what this reminds me of? When we were kids, they had the X-Men cartoon going on, and this is basically the X-Men cartoon, but they made comics, and they gave them to you at Pizza Hut. And you these little cheap comics, nothing to it, comics at Pizza Hut, or the comics that they had in Hostess like
Yeah,
cakes.
yeah.
That's what the art reminds me
That's
of.
what Convergence No.
That's
reminded me.
That's what
It's like a video game comic, a video game where they give it to you free in the comic.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, it's cool. It's nostalgia. I mean, this was like when I first started getting really into comics. It was from the XMen in the 90s. So
Now this I'm looking forward to.
Weird World.
Yeah.
Aaron and Del Mundo. It looks
Yeah.
gorgeous. I mean, it doesn't get much. It's like hard to say that there's a better looking book than Sorrentino on Man Logan. But this is just...
Well, Dometic is similar to Sorrentino. It's not the same style, but it's just beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think he went to the beautiful school of art, and he just made it.
It's a very select school of art.
I mean, Weird World's a strange book because, like, who cares about it? But it's Jason Aaron, who's mostly great, and Del Mundo, whose art's beautiful. And Squadron Sinister, I think, is the last book here, or second to last. It looks alright.
I'm a little pissed off that they killed JMS's Supreme Power characters.
Over and over.
Again, because Hickman killed them in his Avengers series too.
Yeah.
And now Guggenheim is killing him in the first like 2 pages.
Yeah.
It's like, I like those characters.
They said these characters are going to be moving forward too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's alright. It's not great. It's not bad.
Carlos Pacheco's nice.
Yeah. And last book I think is Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos by Dugan and somebody named Espin. I just never got into the character of Deadpool's wife, and so I'm not really interested in it. But if you're a fan of Dugan's Deadpool run, then you should probably like this.
Yeah.
It also has the Howling Commandos, which is Werewolf by Night, Living Mummy, Frankenstein, Man Thing, and
Marcus the Minotaur with the symbiote and diabetes. That's a
so
real
it's,
character.
So it's got fun, you know. It's funny at least, right? I guess.
And that's not even all the Battle World books Marvel has in June, because then in the back of this book they have like...
Is this also June?
This is all June.
Oh man, Marvel Zombies #1 by Spurrier and Walker, Years of Future Past by Bennett and Norton, 1602 Witch Hunter Angela by Bennett, Gillen and Hans, 1872 by Dugan and Varela, which I'm looking forward to, Extinction Agenda, Guggenheim and Gian Domenico, Ephraim for Extinction by Burnham and Villalobos, Armor Wars by Robinson and Takara, and Captain Marvel and the Carol Corps by DeConnick, Thompson, and Lopez. And
oh no, that's August.
House of M in August. You get break. But I mean, like, they're putting out so many books. I don't know. I'm not even going to edit this because if you watch this long, thank you. But there's just so much in this that's coming out. So just like, I mean, get this for free. See what you want to get, and then just like order them from your local shop and
there's a lot.
read. It's great.
And so far they've been really good.
And also, June is when DC's having their thing.
Yeah.
So like, there's going to be a bunch of new...
DC starts publishing books again,
so many
which is cool, because the comic company should publish.
Yeah, they shouldn't take a break for 2 months, because, I don't know.
But lesson learned, so what are you going to do?
Hurt people, but, yeah, so many books. And we're going to be reviewing, so,
Yep. See you next week.
Bye, comics.